Hello and welcome to Whisky Clan. Today we're going to do a little reminder about Aberlour 12 that we did in the previous episode. I realized I forgot to give my grading at the end of the tasting, so let me share it now. So let's pour that one in very quickly. Also, it's good to calibrate your tongue and get used to alcohol before we move on to our main event. It's really sweet. We can get those apples straight away. Yes. So on the nose you found that sweetness, honey, apple pie, the oak, and there's plenty of fruitiness. On the palate I got that toasted oak, sweet, dessert-like notes, very fruity, red apples, and overall the theme of sweetness kind of lingers around the whole tasting of the whiskey. So I would give it 76 out of 100, so a really good whiskey, everyday drinker definitely. Allow me a moment to make notes. I think I should make a template for future. So usually you add the name, so Aberlour 12, age 12 years old, ABV, which is 40%. So the color, let's say golden. And then we add the nosing notes and then tasting notes, and the score of 76. Okay. Let me put that away, we're gonna use it later. Now, once the first notes are done, let me move on to our Aberlour 10 Forest Reserve. Let the deed show. That's a really nice cork. I like that. So Aberlour 10 I found on a trip to France. It's not that I see something very often in UK. There you go. The bottle itself is definitely slimmer than the 12-year-old. So the difference between the 10-year-old and the 12-year-old, so they're both matured in 2 casks, but this one is most importantly it's finished in the French Limousin oak, which makes it stand out. The expression spends time in a bourbon and a sherry cask before the French oak finish gives it that extra spice and hopefully the depth. The forest reserve name ties into Aberlour's support for protecting and replanting woodland in Speyside, which is a really nice connection between the whiskey and the environment. So definitely a nice thing to do for a distillery like Aberlour. I would say that one is pretty tricky to find in UK, but probably easier to be found in France, and that's where we found it. I did see it in UK shops, but very rarely. Price wise, I would say it's around 40 to maybe 45 pounds or 35 to 50 euros. It's about $50, I would say. I'm not sure if you can find that in the US, although I've never seen it in the US. So you can make it a collector bottle or a really nice gift for someone to pick up abroad. So we have a dram ready. Let's see what we can smell. So on the nose, this opens with lemon, orange peel, a strawberry jam. Then you get the vanilla from the oak. So yeah, and now we're gonna taste it and see how you can see the color as well. It's darker than the 12-year-old. So let's taste it. On the palate I get melon, toffee, sweet pralines, raisins, a bit of dried herbs. Definitely there's a layer of sweetness similar to the 12-year-old, but it kind of develops, and you get that finish with ginger, black pepper, and that oat cookie. It's very pleasant. It's a bit more buttery than the 12-year-old, but it's definitely more spicier as well. It could be because of the age difference as well. So let me quickly make my notes, and then I can give you my own score, and let me know how would you score it if you ever had it. So Aberlour Forest Reserve, 10 years old. Okay, so I already pre-filled it. I'm gonna make notes next, and then we do the tasting notes and then the grading. I think I would give it a 77. So 1 point more than Aberlour 12. It's very similar, but that Aberlour 10, it gives you a bit of those extra notes, even though that is a bit more peppery and spicy because it's of the younger age. It's very interesting. So it's definitely more fruity and vanilla rich. So that's the beauty of whiskey. Each dram speaks differently to each one of us. You can see that the bottle design is slimmer, reminiscent of the older 10-year-old that is no longer in sale. Got replaced by the 12-year-old. And then when you place it next to the 12, you can see the kind of family resemblance. But this one also carries a certain, I guess, collector's elegance. So I'll definitely put it on my shelf, and I'll keep it to taste it with friends and family. For me, the Forest Reserve shows the whiskey clan is all about exploring whiskey that aren't always easy to find, and definitely when I'm going to be traveling around, whether that's Europe, US, UK and Scotland, it's always good to find something that is quite new and unique. So at least we can enjoy that experience. And I'm happy that we had a chance of the experiencing of the whiskey together. Let me know what you think if you ever had it. There's no judgment. Everyone has different taste. And if you have any other regional expressions that you would like me to try, and let me know my thoughts, leave it down in the comments. What should we do next? So I've got 2 other bottles that we could try out next. Wild Turkey. This is probably my one of the most favorite bourbons, or Smoked, also very interesting whiskey. Let me know in the comments which one we should do next, and then we'll just do it in the next episode. Until the next time, Whisky Clan is there for you with every drum that tells you a story. Thank you guys.